They locked the final boss behind a loot box. Jesus, can you imagine? Like it. I would say that would be the end of EA, but EA has survived so much crap that I'm surprised there's still this mega corporation. Like I just feel like how many times can you mess up and still be around? Is there a release date? Maybe they'll give us a release date now because this is the full reveal. But it is holiday 2019 is the release date we have so far. Usually that means like October, because they want the game out by the holiday season, which I call the holiday gaming season, the rape my wallet season, because it's just all the big titles. Like they save them for the beginning of the year. You get nothing in the middle of the year. You get everything else at the end of the year at once. Hey, Adrian, what's up, man? Hey, Austin, welcome to the stream. At some point this weekend, I want to stream some more Assassin's Creed, so we'll probably do that too. Star Wars: The Emperor's New Groove. Jar Jar was the true Sith Lord. Jar Jar, man, like in the established canon now, it's so depressing what happens to him. Like he actually ends up becoming like a street, like I guess the equivalent of a street mime. Those people performing on the street that people throw quarters at every once in a while. That's what he ends up being an equivalent to, like back on Naboo, or maybe another plane, I don't remember. But nobody likes him after the Empire fell, because he was a senator, and technically he was working for the Empire, until he wasn't. And then, yeah, he's just like a street clown. That's so depressing. Like, in all honesty, though, with this game, I'd be happy if it's a fast-paced, action-packed game that I could beat in 5 or 6 hours, and I'd be happy with that. I don't want another like 85-hour game. I don't think every game needs to be. I just want a really good story. I guess 5 or 6 hours too short, double that, but you get what I mean. Like I want a beginning, a middle, and an end. Where are you watching this at? This is I don't, it was Chicago, I think. Yeah, Star Wars Celebration Chicago. As far as I'm watching this is on Twitch. This is on EA Star Wars official Twitch page. Yeah, I read an article this morning. It said you can stream it live here, so here we are. Jar Jar's the most hated man in the universe. He's the most hated Jamaican alien. Whatever new numbered Star Wars movie comes out, my mom and I like to go when it gets closer to my winter or summer break. Well, definitely you'll be able to with the winter this year, because that's when the new one comes out. Did you beat MK9 story mode? Yes, Shao Kahn fell and died. So I did beat it. Next Friday we'll be doing Mortal Kombat X. I'm excited about that. As I said before during the stream, Shinnok is way easier than Shao Kahn was. Jar Jar also presented the idea of Palpatine taking control over the Senate. Yeah, and that sucks if you think about it. Like, Jar Jar was just doing his job. They had a new government, and he was employed by them. And he's kind of stupid, like, in all reality. Like, he's dumb. So he probably didn't even realize, like, these are the bad guys. And he didn't even know that Darth Vader was a little Annie. 5 or 6 hours for 40 would be cool, too. Yeah, it'll be a full $60 release, though. I'd say they could probably easily double that, and I'd be happy with the game at $60. Like I said, I mean, I feel like a lot of games now are just these massive experiences, which is good, but I also like a game that I can beat in like a day or two, because there's just so much stuff that comes out. Hey, Xeon Blade, welcome. Looks like we've got about 3 minutes before this show starts. Any favorite Star Wars you like? As far as the movie, or are we talking just everything? As far as movie, my favorite Star Wars movie, no surprise, since Empire Strikes Back. I love everything about that movie. Second favorite is an unpopular opinion, Revenge of the Sith. I say what you will about the prequels. I don't think they're as bad as their reputation is. What the bad side of the prequels to me was the dialogue and how it was written. I don't think George Lucas knows how to write a dialogue that any actor could say without sounding like he's reading off a script. But I mean, story-wise, it filled in the gaps. We've got the whole Clone Wars era, which Clone Wars era is my favorite era in all of Star Wars. And Revenge of the Sith, I mean, everything just boiled down to Anakin becoming Darth Vader. You see all the Jedi die. Second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. I really like Rogue One also. Like, Rogue One I thought was awesome. Least favorite is The Last Jedi. With Phantom Menace above it. Any favorite Star Wars games you enjoy? Oh my god, like I can't even count them on my fingers, so many. You know what? I have a soft spot for the Super Nintendo ones. The Star Wars trilogy on Super Nintendo was awesome and extremely hard. Force Unleashed, the Rogue Squadron games. I mean, God, there's so many. I've played more Star Wars games that I like than ones that I don't like. Because even Star Wars Bounty Hunter is not that great, and I still enjoyed that game because I mean, you're playing as Jango Fett. They do a jumping in for the trailer. Welcome checkpoints. Yeah, well, right now what they're doing is, it's a full reveal. The trailer, we're going to discuss it afterwards. I think the prequels are pretty good despite their flaws, especially Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they definitely have flaws. I'm not defending that. I mean, most movies do, but the prequels have some glaring flaws. That I recognize, but overall, like, I don't feel, like, at this point, a lot of people say, like, Star Wars is the original trilogy and that's it. I mean, it's not. There's a whole, like, previous story that happened. Why are Jedi no longer around? How did Anakin become Darth Vader? It's part of the story. So, as a whole, I mean, George Lucas was a genius, just coming up with this storyline over time, you know, but, like I said, it's the dialogue. He doesn't know how to write dialogue. Oh, let's pump the volume back up. Looks like we're starting.
Star Wars Celebration Chicago, how you doing? We got one more better than that. Come on, Celebration, how you doing?
Can you guys hear it okay? It sounds a little low on my end, but I have their stream maximum volume.
I mean, come on. Well, we don't know a lot about this game yet, but that all changes right here at Celebration today. We've got the team from Respawn Entertainment here. The very, very talented developers.
I want a release date.
Jedi Fallen Order. We also have
Hey, Stark, welcome.
We'll get there as well.
Yeah, they're kind of quiet.
We're
Yeah.
all here to spill the very first details about a game that I think I can safely say that everyone in this room is most excited about this.
I gotta increase the volume, like, way up on my end so I can hear it good.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Oh, I just can't wait to find out more about this game. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's bring out the team from Respawn Entertainment.
What's your favorite Darth Vader moment? Mine's in the comics where Luke confronted him and said Vader killed his father, and Darth Vader just responded, "You have to be more specific." Yeah. One moment I really liked that showed how scary Darth Vader was in one of the comics. It's from Vader Down, the little miniseries they did for Marvel, where he's surrounded by rebel pilots, and he's like, "All I see is fear and dead men," and he kills everybody.
Star Wars Celebration. And hello to the many, many fans that are watching at home as well. I know you're excited. Why don't we go ahead and start with a round of introductions so everyone can get to know you?
I have no faith in EA. Me neither, but Respawn Entertainment's involved, and as far as we know, EA's kind of taking a step back with this game and letting them handle it. So, if that's true, this can be awesome.
My whole team at Respawn. I'm Eric Contreras. I'm the narrative lead at the Respawn team on Jedi.
My predictive text is pissing me off today. It always sucks.
I'm Kasumi Shishido. I'm a producer at Respawn.
My favorite Vader moment was when he yelled, "No, now stop it. Get that out of here." Hopefully Respawn doesn't get bullied by EA. Yeah, and that if this game fails, it's probably because of that. That's what always happens. So they need to just take a step back and let them do their thing.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history, about Respawn Entertainment, and how it feels to be bringing Star Wars to your already impressive game resume?
So a small question we'll start with then.
Okay.
I've had the honor of
They're talking so low.
some of the biggest IPs in gaming, right? Like with Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Titanfall, Apex Legends. Maybe played.
Have you heard the French dub of the nosy? No, never.
So to be able
Probably
to
awful.
Star Wars, one of the biggest IPs in the world across any medium, is just, you know, a childhood fantasy for me, right? Like I grew up, Star Wars is part of my DNA. It, you know, helped form who I am.
Mine was at the end of Rogue One. He's a bad. Yeah, that scene at the end of Rogue One when Darth Vader appeared, like that was like a horror movie. That was the Darth Vader I've been wanting to see. I want him to see like he's a movie monster.
It's wonderful. So, and a story game. This is a Jedi fantasy story.
I love how they're getting everyone in the audience hyped up by like the most basic things like no multiplayer, no loot boxes, yay!
Story game, no multiplayer, no microtransactions. It's about being a Jedi.
No multiplayer, no microtransactions. I'm interested heavily.
So that's why, you know, you bring experts like Stig on, who, you know, again, Stig I've known for a long time.
BioWare was involved in Anthem. Look how that ended. Yeah, it's upper management that ruins these games.
He finally said yes, and I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and you know, just to go off script here a little bit.
I feel like EA always something up their sleeve. That it's possible.
I actually got to work with Stig at my time during PlayStation. I can tell you, you know, with very direct first-hand experience.
Oh, did their stream just cut off? Oh, come on. I like how everyone in the comments is like, yeah, this is BS, they're lying. Oh, yeah. Everyone's complaining that it froze. That's not me this time. Okay. Alright. We'll pause this one. We'll go back on Twitch. Maybe they have their shit together now.
But we actually have a trailer today.
Oh, we have a trailer?
I told you they'd like that.
Oh, you're not waiting till the end of your panel to show a trailer. Wow, that's
There's too much positivity. Yeah, sorry, we don't do that here. Yeah, it's very it's important to hold the excitement back a little bit though, because we all know that EA overpromises and underdelivers. This could be good, but it's easy to get excited about Star Wars without, you know.
One thing that's
Resident 3 Ghost paying you a visit.
This is Celebration, and I think people want to know a lot about the story.
This guy looks like Lex Luthor.
Focus on a story-based trailer, so this is not raw gameplay, but it is all gameplay assets that you will find in the game, and it is all rendered in engine. Last but not least,
Okay.
we will be introducing a new hero to the galaxy, and you will be introduced in this.
Stupid Stream is making up 2 pages open, one to watch and one for backup. Yeah, exactly.
You want to see it?
Yeah!
Here is the world premiere of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Let's take a look.
Yes. If the stream dies now again, I'm gonna flip my shit.
Wasn't always like this. But now, there are 3 rules to survive. Don't stand out. Accept the past. Trust no one. The galaxy's changed.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Whatever you do, don't reach.
He fell into a Sarlacc pit. They got the Inquisitors.
Don't stand out. Accept the past.
Clone Troopers.
Order 66. Trust no one. Trust
become a Jedi. Well, story-wise, I'm interested. Again, this is not gameplay we saw. It's just in-ended footage, so the game itself could not play anything like this, but story-wise, I am interested. It looks like a Jedi that's just trying to live a normal life and leave all that shit behind so they don't find him.
Why is 2019 so amazing? That was incredible. There's so much.
Say, I've seen that trailer multiple times before today, but watching it up there in front of everyone, it's emotional.
Also, one thing I found interesting, I think whoever's chasing him, they look like one of the Sith Inquisitors that were introduced in Star Wars Rebels. So it's interesting that they're putting that in there, I think.
So let's just dive right in. Help us out with the story here. Tell us about the story, Aaron. Why don't we start with you?
Yeah, I am so ready to talk about the story. So, as many of you here today probably know, for 1,000 generations, the Jedi were guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic before the Dark Times.
Before the Dark Times.
Story set during those dark times.
Makes you wonder, like, how many Jedi are actually still around.
Inquisitors roam the galaxy, hunting for any surviving Jedi or any other Force sensitives. You're going to play as Cal Kestis, as Stig said, a young Force user who's hiding in plain sight as the game opens.
What was his name?
Becomes a target of the Imperial Inquisition and must master the ways of the Force if he wants to survive.
Cal.
Wow, that sounds great.
By the way,
about Cal.
was it just me, or did you guys get 1313 vibes from some of those scenes?
Credit for creating Cal has to go to Stig and one of our writing team, Matt Miknovitz.
Matt Miknovitz. Oh, he's Matt Miknovitz, the writer from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
So we have the writer from Clone Wars.
He never lets me forget that they got an
Right.
Hey, Triple S, welcome.
Part of a writing team, which is like a really smart, talented group of people who make my life very interesting.
Jedi that escaped Order 66 are like rebels that found Death Star plans, yeah.
Cal's living in hiding. It's on a planet called Bracca.
Speaking of
in the Mid-Rim. He's part of the Scrapper Guild, and he works
Hold on.
tearing apart derelict starships, mostly decommissioned capital ships from the Clone Wars. It's really hard, dangerous work. The Dark Times have shaped Cal. He keeps his head down, holding himself back from getting involved in the world around him. He can't trust anyone with the secrets he carries for fear that it will endanger them. But eventually, Cal does get involved, and it puts Inquisition on his trail. He'll have to face the trauma of his past and learn to trust in new allies and the Force. If the Order is to ever rise again, Cal must persist through failure and adapt to a new understanding of what it means to be a Jedi, a guardian of peace and justice. After the bad guys have won.
Speaking of Rebels, what's your opinion on that show? I do like it, but it's Clone Wars way better. Like, Clone Wars is where it's at.
Looking at that trailer and looking at that face, I ran into someone backstage who looks and sounds a lot like Cal.
Intro was very 1313-esque, yeah. They definitely took some of 1313 and incorporated it in this game. It just visually, at least, it looked like it.
Well, you may know him from Gotham. You may know him from Shameless.
Yeah.
That is him.
But soon you'll know him as Jedi Cal Kestis. Please welcome Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah, you guys were saying it looked just like him. I'm not gonna lie, that kid was a great, like, Joker in Gotham. Like, he was awesome. One of the only good things about that show.
Hey, what's going on, Steve? Hi, Chicago.
That's crazy.
Amazing. This is straight up one of my favorite cities in the world.
Anyone else wish EA would stop shoving their logo in the titles? Yes, that's one thing I hate. Like, I hate how it's like Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, EA at the bottom.
Just the city itself. Thank you. Give it up for yourself.
Inquisitors are mainly shown in the Darth Vader comics that are currently canon. Well, so is Star Wars Rebels, and they were heavily involved in Rebels at the beginning.
To be the next Jedi.
Oh, it's no big deal. It's only every kid's freaking dream ever to be a Jedi. It's incredible. If I told my 10-year-old self who had the VHS box set of the original trilogy.
Rebels also has to do with runaway Jedis, by the way.
To the point that they were like fuzzy and worn out. The Darth Vader Return of the Jedi scenes.
Wait, two people who played the Joker played Star Wars characters?
Kid that he was gonna get to swing a lightsaber
Yeah?
one day. I think that his brain just
Indeed.
leaked out
Wow.
of my ears. It's still kind of leaking out of my ears a little bit right now. I'll be honest. It's really surreal. It's amazing.
That's awesome. Well, Stig, what was it about Cameron that
Star Wars Wrath of Fate. Yeah, it will be my Wrath if it's a bad game.
For the role of Cal?
Actually, that would be Aaron.
Did anyone catch his last name? It's Cal, but I didn't catch his last name.
And we ended up.
God, looks just like him.
One of the casting audition sessions, and it turns out that was the one that Cam was in. And I was instructed by our casting director to go up on the network because we had recorded all the sessions and catch up. And we had 2 folders on the network. One was Redo First, and one was Other. Somehow Cam ended up on the
No multiplayer, no loot box, right? As far as what we're being told now, yes. What we're being told is no multiplayer, no loot boxes, no microtransactions. Keep in mind that doesn't apply to DLC. I'm sure they'll add DLC later, like extra chapters and skins probably, but that's not the same as loot boxes or microtransactions.
talking about. This is the guy that we've been writing about for the last several years, really. And he brings this quality we always talk about.
Did you know Al Pacino rejected role for Star Wars and said it was his biggest mistake? Yeah, I can imagine that would be a mistake now in retrospect.
Thank you. That's really amazing.
Some of them are dead, I think. The Grand Inquisitor is definitely... Oh, yeah, most of them are dead. Most of them get killed in Star Wars Rebels.
Thank you.
That's great. No, I mean, Cam, as Stig was saying, just embodies what we always envisioned in Cal. Is this kind of this Jedi who has this sort of quiet optimism, who can exist through the dark times and take back on the mantle of being a hero, and he's got this power to him, and just watching him in the PCAP sessions step into and really create and bring to life the character.
He's got Rod the Robot with him.
And Cameron, what is it about Cal Kestis that drew you to that part? But tell us a little bit about that character.
Well, he immediately jumped off the page. He felt really distinct with what you guys had already built and created, but he has this sort of grit to him. He's street smart and wary, and he's been through a lot, but at the same time, there's this sort of optimism to him. He's ultimately a very good-hearted person, even though he's experienced...
He's lied about no microtransactions before, so I won't believe that shit till 6 months after the game's released. Yeah, but I mean, if it's a mainly single-player focused game, like, how would microtransactions really benefit it, you know? Like, I don't know. If they do it, then that's stupid, but I just don't want it to interfere in the game at the end of the day.
Really long process. We spent a lot of time and
Because to me, microtransaction isn't a reason for me not to buy a game. As long as not buying them actually does affect the game. Because like people like to bring up like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've never felt the need to click on the microtransactions in the menu. Actually, I showed you guys that on screen too, or on stream how it works.
Every little detail of him. So I want to give a shout out to some of.
Don't forget to force slam the like button. I agree. Thank you, Game Master Zero.
Marwan, Chris Sutton, Hanno Hagedorn, and Lars Martinson. These guys were the core members.
What is the Joker doing up there? He is a Jedi now. He is no longer the Joker.
From concept phase all the way to the final model, which you guys just saw in the final trailer.
DMC5 had microtransactions for scrubs. Yeah, that was probably the most unnecessary microtransactions I've ever seen, because Devil May Cry 5 is it's pretty damn easy, like, without microtransactions. The game throws gold orbs at you.
Capture, motion capture. Oh, here, got some footage of you, actually, some behind-the-scenes footage. Was it everything that you expected? Was it more?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I kind of came in with the perception of motion capture.
We got mocap.
Like a lot of people do when you tell them performance capture.
From Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you're just gonna do a voiceover and then show up and walk around in the suit with some balls on it or whatever, and that's yeah. And then it turns out it's actually much more in depth, and you're able to really pick up very subtle changes in emotion and in movement and body, and create a performance that's really nuanced. And
how far into the video are we? I mean, I've been streaming probably about 20 minutes where into the actual presentation. All they've done so far is show the actual trailer.
Kids playing in our big sandbox, and we got to do something that I think that we're all really proud of.
I see too, and I watched this action footage here of you wielding a lightsaber. That's so cool. But it reminds me, Vince, of something you said. Just the sort of fluidity of your motion here reminds me of your game.
I really hope we see actual gameplay though. Like they can't show us this and then not show us gameplay at all.
That's what we're doing. We're playing. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the pillars of what we do at Respawn, right? It's
the game has to feel good. We're making interactive entertainment, so
This character has to die in the end. Not necessarily.
interact in the game is just so important. And
That's like saying the Star Wars Rebels characters have to die because they're Jedi now. So they could just go off and just abandon everything behind and go live a normal life.
from the first
So it'll be interesting how that
where it's even more
evolves in the story.
that thoughtful combat, that melee that has to connect and feel right and look good, and it's just something that was really important.
I mean, I'm a huge gamer and a huge fan of what Respawn have done, and it's Dig, as well. And I obviously wasn't involved in the creation of the gameplay at all, so I was coming very objectively, and I really wanted to see satisfying, weighty, visceral combat that had impact.
Surely they can, though. E3 is pretty close. Why show gameplay when you could win a presentation a few months from now?
But yeah, seriously, no.
Yeah, that's true, because they can save it for E3, but still, like, that sucks if all we get, like, from this reveal is just, like, a trailer that doesn't actually show the game, because they said that's not, like, it's just in-engine footage, which is different from in-game footage.
Yeah, we only get to work on it. He's a new freaking Jedi.
That's actually great to hear about the gameplay. I do have to say, though, I'm still thinking about that trailer. I still have all of these burning questions, and I know we don't want to give away too much about the story, but we've got to go back to some story moments and that trailer. I know I'm not the only fan of Star Wars Rebels in this room.
Oh, yep, Star Wars Rebels, here we go.
But I just have to ask, there was a character, who's that? Who's that?
That's this lovely character. So that is the second sister Inquisitor. So,
Sith Inquisitor, yep.
a new
Awesome,
Inquisitor
so they did put them in there.
developed and are introducing in this game.
That's cool.
For those with eagle eyes, we have actually teed up this character in an image of Darth Vader number 19. If you go back and take a look, written by Charles Soule. We have put her already out in the world, but it's from the design and from these guys.
It's one of the sisters.
Planting those seeds for what will ultimately pay off in this game. And
How awesome is that?
It's better than the Xbox One reveal when all we got was you can watch sports on the Xbox and TV. That was one of the worst presentations I've ever seen in the video game industry. The original Xbox One. It's like, we've got this awesome new console. You could hook up TV to it.
But I will say that she's exceptionally intelligent, and if you watch the trailer, you'll see she's actually using the Force to control the flight stick of the ship that Cal's on during that. So she's very clever, super clever.
I'm not done, though.
So Star Wars Rebels just going to be a running theme with this game. I think they're taking elements from it and putting it in here. It's the same time period.
Amazing droid character. Yeah, right here. Who's this little droid right here? What can you tell us about?
Well, it's a little Metal Gear Rob.
And internally at Respawn, that stands for Buddy Droid 1.
BD1.
That's exactly what he is to Cal. They're best friends. I would not consider BD a sidekick at all. They're equals, and they go on this journey together, and they really learn how to lean on one another. And like we've been saying, this is dark times.
I have a feeling this will drop in November, same as other Star Wars games. Yeah, they said holiday release, so it'll be October, November sometime for sure.
Actually, one of his functions is a spotlight, and that's just one of many useful tools that BD has that you'll be able to find and upgrade.
Metal Gear. BD1 is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
The thing about him is his voice is totally legit. We seeked out the talents of Ben Burt,
Who's Ben Burt?
I know.
Ben Burt, the original creator of the entire Star Wars soundscape, R2-D2, Chewbacca, TIE fighters, lightsabers, Darth Vader. That Ben
So
Burt,
he's doing the voice. I don't know Ben Burt.
On the team who were kind of around the same time arrived on this great idea, and Ben was totally up for the challenge. And
I have no problem with Rebels, but I prefer Clone Wars. I do too, but for this time period, it makes more sense that they're pulling from Rebels. Although at the beginning of the trailer, if you noticed, they were cutting apart one of the big capital ships. That wasn't a Star Destroyer, it was one of the Republic cruisers. So I like that you're seeing that transition from the Republic to the Empire.
Inspiration. BD1 is like the darling.
Like in terms of their like equipment and vehicles.
Like background and diverse perspective to the character, and I think BD1's so good because of that. But in terms of execution, I want to give a shout out to Adnan Chatrawala and Laura Teef in design and animation, who have really done an amazing job of bringing BD1 to life, which you'll see in the game.
I see he's wearing a BD1 pin. Guarantee when I go to E3 this year, they're going to be selling that or giving it away. I have a lanyard full of pins from from E3 last year. Developers just go around trying to give them away and stuff.
Put a lot of research into these droids to understand what makes these droids so iconic and lovable.
His friend almost dies in a workplace
So
accident.
We worked really closely with Doug Chang and Hez Chorba from Lucasfilm to create the visual design.
Meeting Ahsoka Tano would be sweet. Yeah, and she is Disney canon, so.
We started off with something that looks familiar to us, like everyday appliances, like a vacuum cleaner or a Roomba, or we had even a version that looked like a tiny ATST with a camcorder head. So we
A tiny ATST.
but this is where
I would
we
dig that.
ultimately landed, and we're really happy with the results.
There was another inspiration though too, wasn't there?
Yes.
Say Metal Gear.
Dog, Mary the Boston Terrier.
Oh.
Biography for BD1 was at the forefront of my mind, and just so you guys know, she's a very good dog.
I like how they created BD1. Like, all they did was take 2 legs and then stick some binoculars on top. That's all he is.
It's a little bit of like a boy and his dog situation, and they become very close, and BD provides a lot of the light of the story, and not to undersell his.
Damn, so, yeah, the droid's probably gonna die.
One of my favorite scenes are the interactions just between BD and Cal.
If they're doing this whole, like, it's a boy and his dog story, like, BD's gonna die at the end. Saving him or something.
Really nailed it.
And Kyran, in that behind-the-scenes footage, I saw you with a lot of other talented actors as well.
Call him Mini Gear, yeah.
It's more of the cast that we saw in the trailer. You had a
Metal Gear Mini.
that was helping you as well.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have. That's Seer, played by Deborah Wilson, who is a former Jedi Knight and kind of takes on the role of mentor to Cal in many ways. But it's not the traditional.
She's a former Jedi?
Padawan master sort of relationship. Instead, there's this group that kind of band together to form a sort of kind of a strange family. This weird little team that band together to explore the galaxy, and I think that's ultimately the real heart and core of the stories. A lot of them. So you've met a couple of the characters in the trailer briefly.
Droid's a virtual boy, yeah. That's a good comparison.
Who I think are also really incredible.
Which reminds me, I still have questions. I want to go back to the dark side because there were these incredible, I guess they were melee troopers here. Tell us about these troopers.
Those guys, that guy on the right looks awesome. I like that color scheme.
Sure. So these are new troopers we are introducing called Purge Troopers.
Purge Troopers.
And creating new troopers in Star Wars is always a fun experiment, and finding the utility that you're looking for in the troopers. We've seen multiple variations over years of films and TV shows. We have shore troopers and death troopers and snow troopers and flame troopers and onwards, and we wanted to.
That's one thing I've always liked about Star Wars, especially during Clone Wars era, just the amount of different troopers we got. Shit is awesome. Think they're going to add them to Battlefront 2? I'm sure they'll add them to Battlefront 2.
Steve was mentioning, there's so few of them, so they actually send these purge troopers to investigate. And when they do encounter a Jedi, they call the Inquisitors back in. But these troopers are also specially trained to fight Jedis, so when they do encounter one, they're really eager to fight them.
That's interesting. So basically, these Purge Troopers...
No, but I mean, these troopers in particular actually have like great story of collaboration behind them. Because
So basically, Purge Troopers get sent out by the Empire to find runaway Jedi, and then when they find them and don't fight them, they call the Inquisitors to come get them. And they're also trained to fight Jedi. I like that concept. Because Darth Vader can't do it all by himself. Like, he's probably busy at times. Fabian's a Trooper fanboy. I am. I will admit that freely. I am a Clone Trooper fanboy. Indeed. Clone Trooper to post-Clone Trooper. Stormtroopers, that's when they get kind of lame, because they were just these regular people that couldn't shoot anything.
So we've seen them on the page. We're going to see them in HD in this game, but also I think it'd be kind of cool to see them in person, maybe. Would
sure.
people want to see them, like, see Purge Troopers?
Now?
I think now.
You want to meet some Purge
You want to
Troopers?
meet some Purge Troopers? That's kind of cool.
Bring them out.
Purge Troopers,
Careful.
I'm not going to lie, if we get Purge Trooper, like, action figures, I'll probably buy some. Those look awesome. I love those suits.
Oh, yeah, get a selfie. Do it.
Selfie's not
And then the red glow to the visor, that looks badass.
Careful.
All right. Get the crowd in the background. We good? All right.
How about we see some Purge Troopers in-game? Because I want gameplay. Yeah, I don't think we are going to get gameplay, though. You guys are probably right about that.
That is a very patient purge trooper.
That is a very patient purge trooper. They're trained for such things.
They don't know you're a Jedi. That's great. I mean, first of all, I always loved it that, you know, I loved the idea of the Jedi purge.
I can't tell if they're talking out of their asses or if they suddenly have a passion for game making. Well, see, you got to think though. You got to kind of separate EA from Respawn. This is Respawn we're looking at. It's the EA executives that tend to ruin games. So these guys I semi-trust because they're not really EA. Was the trailer? The trailer looked good. I mean, the trailer looked awesome.
They're basically kind of born out of the Stormtrooper mechanically. The Stormtrooper was the first AI we got stood up in the game that we could fight against it. And one hit with a lightsaber, they go down. So they didn't provide much.
Could you imagine a notoriety system where you start off with Stormtroopers, then Purge Troopers, then if you cause enough ruckus, they send Vader after you? So essentially, Vader is Mr. X from Resident Evil. That'd be awesome.
One-on-one fight. So that's how we came up with these specially trained commando units with Lucasfilm. And yeah, it's kind of been said, but they come into battle as kind of they're airdropped in as the first responders, and they soften up the Jedi before the Inquisitorius rolls in.
I love that. Oh, that's amazing.
Damn. So in Disney canon, there must be way more like surviving Jedi than we currently know now. Then, because they got a whole like set of infantry just ready to hunt them down.
That's Cal's lightsaber.
Ooh.
Oh, well then, okay, all right. Well then, what can you?
Could be
tell
someone
us?
else's
You're right,
lightsaber.
It does look very storied. Looks like it's.
And it looks broken.
What can you tell us about this?
So the lightsaber, I don't think we're going to be talking about that until we release the game.
So the lightsaber is going to be an important plot point.
It's so intimately tied to the story. It's just full of spoilers. What I will say is that over the course of the game, it will grow and evolve, and in many respects is kind of a reflection of Cal.
The lightsaber will change and evolve.
You heard what I said.
Oh, shut down. That's great. Oh my gosh.
I want a purple lightsaber.
I have one of-
Give me that Mace Windu
one more
lightsaber.
Question, which is this: I just want to know, and I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, when, right? When do we get to?
Oh, we're getting a release date.
Play this game. When is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order coming into our lives and our homes to play? Vince?
Let me think about it. November 15th, 2000.
Oh!
You guys heard that? November 15th this year.
This year, November 15th, 2019.
Xbox, PlayStation, PC, full simultaneous launch.
Xbox, PlayStation.
This holiday.
This holiday. Xbox, PC, PlayStation 4, November 15th, 2019.
So Switch got left out.
2019 is so amazing. That's so
I don't care, to be honest. I'll get the Xbox version probably.
Just 7 months away. Well, that's great. I've got so many. I took so many notes because I had so many.
Damn, I gotta start saving up money for this fall. So many games are gonna be coming.
If you have any final thoughts before we wrap this up, why don't we start with you, Steve?
Sure. I mean, just being able to sit on this panel today, it's an incredible privilege to be able to share.
I hope they aren't rushing it. I mean, it's a single player game they've been working on since before last year, so can't imagine that would be the situation. Poor Switchers. Yeah, like I said, I don't care if it comes on Switch or not. A lot of people are going to be upset about that, though. Switch owners do not getting they do not like getting left out.
Respawn team, us two at Lucasfilm, a huge shout out to our games production team with Orion and Matt and Marco, Hez as well, who Sumi mentioned earlier, and on our, my fellow story group members with James and Kelsey, Emily, Matt, Leland. It's just a whole ton of people who put their time and effort into this, and we cannot wait for people to continue to learn more and get their hands on it on November 15th. Thank you.
Kasumi, Aaron, any thoughts?
Yeah, what Steve said, but what we talked about and looked at today is really only the fraction of our game. There's so much more. And myself, everybody on this panel, and everybody back at Respawn in Los Angeles.
Remember that half-baked announcement in EA's conference? Yeah, when they first announced this game, it was one of the worst announcements ever. They just kind of sat next to him and were like, working on anything? He's like, yeah, there's a new game, Jedi Fallen Order. It was such a non-announcement more than anything.
And it's like a really good feeling and a lifelong dream for me and a whole lot of people on the team. It's just been a total.
Would Switch be able to handle this game? Probably not. That's probably why they left it out. But the people that are really, really hardcore Switch owners want everything on the Switch. Not everything's gonna work okay on the Switch.
Teams and everything you saw here today was made by the team back at Respawn. They're fantastic people, and we're trying to make something really special for all of you.
That's great. Stig, any?
Yeah, again, shout out to the team. Coming up last on this, but everybody's poured their heart and soul into it. And here we are, guys. I feel like I can hear Joe screaming from Los Angeles.
right now, so
He's still screaming. But my message directly to the team is here we are. This is real. And it doesn't get any bigger than this. And this is a very special opportunity that we have, and I'm confident that we're all going to do it together and have a great game.
Did you build your own lightsaber at the Star Wars ride at Disney World? No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but those lightsabers are so cheap. Cheap, overpriced theme park toys.
A sign of such an awesome team, and just kind of reiterates my feelings about you as a leader, Stig. Thank you for setting that culture. It's just amazing. Hi to everyone that's working on this game, watching at home. Thanks for your great work. Thanks for making 2019 so awesome, and thanks to everyone at Lucas.
So what I missed, they talked about the game. I think this is the end of it. I'll play the trailer again for those of you that came in later.
I think that we're all, this team, everyone involved, is a huge fan of Star Wars, and we wanted to make sure that we, honored and respected the story. You're just kind of scratching the surface with what you're seeing here, but ultimately, for me, Star Wars is about finding.
I wish Switch fanboys would realize not everything needs to be on Switch. I agree with that. It doesn't. I just buy my Nintendo stuff on Switch. That's about it.
It's really beautiful what these guys have done and created. I think that they're being a little bit humble, but they should be very proud of the work that they've done. And yeah, we're huge fans of Star Wars, so we're honored to be able to bring this to you guys.
That's good.
Yeah, as you've heard, it takes a village to raise a Jedi. So, I mean, this is a team sport. There's so much work that's gone into it. So much passion out of people. I know, like you said, everyone on the team is such a huge fan of Star Wars, such a part of who we are.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
As part of that team today.
Wonder if the trailer's up yet.
A lot more to the game that's so good. That's a good idea.
Well, we might, but there's something.
Jedi. Oh wait.
That we want to do. We might show the trailer again, but who likes giveaways?
Doing giveaways.
Well,
I guess they're going to show the trailer again. We'll leave it there for you guys that didn't get to watch it.
Randomly selected 2 seats before everyone came in, and 2 of you unknowingly sat in those seats. And what you are going to get is a really, really cool prize from our partners at Xbox. They're here giving away.
In case no one knew, Geico sponsored this reveal.
Packs. An Xbox One X, of course, amazing.
Damn, 2 people are getting consoles.
A 1-month membership to Xbox Live Gold. This cool Jedi Fallen Order backpack, water bottle. What a cool package. So right now, Stephen and Michelle from Microsoft, where are they? They're out there. The cameras are following them. They're going to go to one of those 2 lucky seats right now, and pretty soon someone's going to find out that they're going home with an Xbox One X right there. Congratulations.
He's like, yeah, I already got one. It's crazy because I never win anything, and last year when I went to E3, I randomly won a PS4 controller. I went to the Sony booth, and they were randomly giving away tickets, and I happened to do a scratch-off, and I'd won a controller, and I was like, oh, shit, that's like $60 right there.
There he is. It's already happened. There's the other winner right there. Xbox One.
What a cool package. That's what she said.
Fantastic. Now,
they can give you a free Xbox, but they only give you 1 month of live, right?
As you were watching the panel, yes? No? Oh, no? How are we doing this? Well, let me tell you right now, though, before we get to distribution, and it's not going to be handed out right here in the arena, each of you is going home with something really, really cool. Now, we saw some characters in the trailer, but you're also going to be able to get this really cool collector pin set here. But that's
see, I want those pins. I bet, you know what? I better find those at E3. I love those pins. I want the Purge
But
Trooper more
that's
than
not
any of them.
all. That's not all. You're also going to get, everyone who attended, 1 month of Xbox Live Gold for free.
Why are people cheering about getting 1 month of Xbox Live Gold? That is not exciting at all. Ridiculous.
But wait, there's more. Everyone is going to get this limited edition poster of this magnificent art right here.
I would want the poster.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that's really, really great.
Turns out 90% of those people on
I'll find
PS4.
out how we're doing this during the break, but while I'm finding out how you're going to get this, because there are distribution centers that are not here in the arena, we're going to give you instructions in just a moment on how to pick it all up.
Damn it, I saw the helicopter lightsabers. Well, the Sith Inquisitors use those, so I mean, there's a Sith Inquisitor in here. They gotta have them.
Let's roll it. Star Wars Jedi
Alright, trailer for those that missed it.
Wasn't always like this. But now, there are 3 rules to survive. Don't stand out. Accept the past.
This all right here. 1313.
No one. The galaxy's changed. Whatever you do, don't reach within. Don't stand out. Accept the past. Execute Order 66. Trust no one.
Damn, that helmet looks awesome.
Trust only in the Force.
Jedi Academy wall running. All right. All right, well, we'll mute that there. And we'll just we'll go here because I'll play the movie trailer next. But anyways, real quick, thoughts and opinions on the game. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the EA stuff aside because we all know nobody trusts EA. None of us do. I trust Respawn Entertainment, so there's a possibility. Good job putting all that aside and thinking of the game only. I'm excited as a Star Wars fan. I find it much more appealing playing a single player game focused on the Jedi. And the story so far, so basically a summary of the story, looks like you're a Jedi hiding in plain sight, just trying to live his life. I assume, this is what I got from the trailer, his friend at the beginning, that alien, when he falls into that pit, he's probably going to use the Force and save him, or try to, and that's what's going to expose him. So, story-wise, I'm heavily interested. Like I said before, Clone Wars era is my favorite era, and this is kind of an extension of that time period, where everything's still settling down and they're hunting down Jedi. So, gameplay, we don't know anything yet. We're being told there's no microtransactions. We're being told it's single player. I'm liking everything I have as of now. So E3 comes around, I guarantee they're going to have more gameplay. It's probably going to be playable over there, and I will wait 3 hours in line to play it. So I'm excited. Let me read some of your responses here. I'll admit, trailer was good. Seems fun to play. I think I'll get it because of Respawn. Yeah. They need to get Force mechanics from Force Unleashed. Trailer still gives me an Assassin's Creed vibe. Yeah, I could kind of see that with the wall running and all, but I think the gameplay is going to be very different. I'm not impressed, but I'm curious. I won't pre-order it, though. We'll wait till it's been out a couple months. I'm going to buy it specifically because I haven't played a Star Wars game since Force Unleashed. That part is reminding me of X-Men Apocalypse. Magneto saved one of his coworkers with his powers and sold them. Yeah, I think that's kind of where they might be going with that. And especially since these Sith Inquisitors have been trained kind of using the dark side, so in a way they're a little sensitive to Jedi. And then we've got all these Purge troopers that are going around looking for Jedi, so it's going to be easy to expose them. What I want them to do, I want them to have... I usually hate stealth mechanics in games, but I would like to see some well-done stealth sections. If you want an example of a horribly done stealth section, play Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Some of the worst stealth mechanics in a video game ever. But I want some stealth sections where they kind of build on the paranoia of, you know, like stormtroopers looking at you and you having to sneak around them and not making yourself out to be a Jedi. I don't know. I don't know how that would look or feel in this game, but if it's well done, it could give you that whole sense of paranoia, at least until you get into the whole like Jedi fighting mechanics. Yeah, I'm not pre-ordering Jack till gameplay. Again, why is there a dislike on it? There will always be a dislike. If I start anything that someone doesn't want to see, it'll be a dislike. Nah, Skyward Sword stealth was terrible. Yeah, that was pretty bad too. But yeah, so far I'm not gonna say I'm impressed because realistically the trailer's nothing we haven't seen before. Just a bunch of dramatic shots, some Star Wars music, and you know, same shit. But if it's good, that's gonna be a huge win for EA Star Wars. Let's call it. If it's a bomb, I don't know what they're gonna do. The licensing gets taken away from them. Respawn doesn't have any experience with stealth mechanics. Yeah, that is also true, which is I'm sure they're not going to have that in there. That's just my fan wants it being expressed. But yeah, anyways, that was it for that section of the stream. Next thing I want to do, I haven't watched this full trailer yet. I kind of skimmed through it last night, but then I turned it off because I wanted to watch it live on stream, and then we'll talk about this for a couple minutes too, because there are a lot of theories out there. I mean, Sith can give people vision, so that could cause some pretty intense stealth sections, yeah. What's also coming out in November? I don't know. Everything comes out during the fall. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button with all of your strength. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on social media or go into my community tab for updates. And for as little as $1 a month, you can support the channel directly on Patreon. This is Fabian. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.